When we're in stock options class and we talk about selling rights, some of you have made over $100,000 just selling the rights to your stock. Well, that requires a certain level of awareness and training where I say, well, this is what it means to sell the rights to something. You're not selling the asset, you're selling the rights to it. The rights are just kind of the potential, right? It's like if a lady is, if you have a daughter, the reality is that you don't just have one person. You have the daughter, plus you have all the children that this young lady can produce. So there's sort of this unseen aspect of it that you have to have awareness in order to see. So when I see a little kid, like one time, this true story. One time there was a young lady I mentored, and I guess we were close, and she trusted me, and she was thinking about terminating her pregnancy, and she put this crazy burden on me. She said, "Oh, I got one more day to terminate. What do you think I should do?" And I said, "Gosh, I don't think that's my decision to make." She said, "Well, if you tell me to do it, I'm going to do it." And I was like, "Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do because again, just like I don't give you all investing advice, I don't tell anybody how to live their life." I said, "But honestly, if you want my perspective, I don't just see a baby in your stomach. I see a person. I see a person who's going to grow up and have a life and have kids and then have grandkids and I picture that baby 80 years from now with a big Thanksgiving dinner with 20 grandkids at the dinner together. So you're dealing with a person who's a little bit different. I don't just see a little burden in your stomach. I see something that's going to be much bigger than that. So I'm going to just say, if it was me, I don't think I would do it, but please don't put that on me. So anyway, so the child got to live, or she let the baby live because of that. And now the baby's growing up. The baby's like a person and in school and everything else. And I see this baby and I see this life this person's living, and it's unbelievable to me that just that one conversation opened the gateway to all these possibilities, right? And I think that that's one thing that you have to have awareness. You have to meditate on that. You got to understand that when we're talking in class and we're talking about shifting the financial trajectory of your family across multiple generations, you got to be able to see those little butterfly effects. Does anybody know the term butterfly effect? Give me a yes if you heard butterfly effect. Butterfly effect, in case you don't, let me know if y'all know what that butterfly effect is like, where they show you that little changes can change everything. Just little pivots, just little tiny things that you don't even think matter in the moment. That if you're not conscious, you're not even thinking about this little thing like, oh, should I sleep with her or not sleep with her? Do I take the job or not take the job? All these little tiny decisions that you make open up a whole universe of possibility in terms of other realities that would not exist. It's like going through a wormhole. If you know wormholes, it's like a whole other universe. You're going through this whole universe of possibilities because you make these tiny little pivots. So what I would encourage you to consider is that when we talk about shifting, when we talk about really shifting our economic reality, not just for ourselves, but for everyone we care about, and not just for people that are living, but also people who are not yet born, I encourage you to understand that you have such a massive opportunity right now. You have such an amazing set of possibilities that exist for you right now because you are alive on May 24th, 2024. And May 24th, 2024 is never going to exist ever again. You have this set of possibilities in front of you that your kids and grandkids will never have because they're not going to live May 24th, 2024, or be able to make adult decisions at that time. So whatever little decisions you make, the little pivot you make, like if you say, okay, you know what, let's go ahead and set up that auto deposit, that auto invest in the stock market, or let's go ahead and start doing those family business meetings where we can start just talking about our economics. Or, well, let me go ahead and just take that little class, or well, let me go ahead and just have that conversation with so and so. Yeah, these little things, these little choices that you make are going to have a massive butterfly effect in terms of opening up options and possibilities and rights and outcomes that you can't even see right now. So make those little pivots. In fact, that's really the foundation of a lot of my teaching. My thinking a lot of times is like, what are some little things we can do that would just like have a massive impact? Like something that you barely notice it, but it's like huge because once you accumulate those tiny actions over time, it becomes something amazing. So economic awareness is something where, in my view, just circling back to what we were talking about earlier with the athletes and the money and all that stuff, economic awareness is the difference between somebody getting a $5 million bag and just spending $5 million as a consumer versus somebody getting a $5 million bag and turning that into $1 billion empire. And the economic awareness is something where the earlier that you get it, the better off you are. That's why I tell you to bring your kids to class. Let them just sit and listen to me. I believe deeply in conversational teaching because that's how my father taught me. You don't always have to sit down and take notes and take a class and memorize stuff. That's fine. But the thing is, I don't want you to memorize stuff. I want you to internalize stuff. I don't just want you to remember concepts. I want you to experience them and to feel them. I want them to be a part of who you are, a part of your culture, a part of your DNA. I want you to just, I don't want you to remember things. I want you to understand things. And understanding sometimes might require a conversation as opposed to somebody just having you just learn a bunch of stuff. Do you understand how many years I was learning very high level finance, but I never internalized it because I just had to learn it for a test? And it wasn't until I got into little weird things like meditation and all that, and just reflection and true awareness that I began to dig back deep into all these things I learned and started really internalizing them and saying, like, okay, what does it mean to act that out? What does it mean to live that way? What cultures actually operate in this capacity? I was on a plane. I was on I was on the little crowded little bus to go get the rental car, and there's a guy that came from New York, and it looked like he was from the Jewish community. He has a little hat in his beard and everything. I'm saying, I see guys like that. I'm always like, I wonder how rich the people are in your neighborhood. Like I wonder how you all view economics.